Trump administration slapped new sanctions on Turkey Monday over a multi-billion-dollar purchase of this Russian S-400 missile system. Now, back in 2017, President Erdogan brokered that deal with President Putin, despite objections and warnings from the U.S. and other NATO allies of Turkey. And the first missile batteries arrived in Turkey in the summer of 2019. The sanctions now put a ban on all U.S. export licenses to Turkey's defense industries, as well as an asset freeze and visa restrictions even on certain top officers. Now, the timing of the sanctions at this point could have the potential to further shake relations between Ankara and Washington, for the incoming Biden administration expected to take an even harsher stance on Turkey. Now, for more, we're joined by our defense correspondent Jonathan Regev in the studio here. Now, just last week, I think it was, here, as Turkey approached Israel to talk about maritime borders, we were speculating that it's because the incoming Biden administration expected to be harsh. They wanted to lay some groundwork maybe through Israel for a softer approach in Washington. But now we see the Trump administration coming after them as well in its waning days. It appears no friends in Washington for Erdogan at this point.
No friends in Washington for Erdogan, and it seems no friends in the West for Erdogan, because we're speaking of these American sanctions now. But we can also look at last weekend when the EU was debating sanctions on Turkey on another issue, the Eastern Mediterranean and the drilling and the waters of Greece and Turkey, something which Turkey claims it has the right to do, but the EU claims it does not have the right to do. Therefore, a lot of issues there between Turkey and Western administrations, whether it's in Western Europe or in the United States. And yes, now the issue is how the Turks will debate regarding that. Of course, there was a speculation, unconfirmed by any of the sides, that Ankara was perhaps looking for better relations with Jerusalem to perhaps have a better leverage in Washington. All that may be true for the coming month. What happens a month from today, we all know, a new administration in Washington. Clearly, Benjamin Netanyahu will not have the relations as close as he has with this administration, with the current administration, with the next administration. Good relations, yes. As good relations as they were with the Trump administration, not so sure. And regarding Turkey, they chose from 3 years ago to go to the Russian path, the S-400. They already lost their participation in the F-35 project. They were part of the F-35 manufacturing project. Not anymore. The United States slapped that, took that back once Turkey decided to opt for the S-400 missile, ground-to-air missiles.
It's more than just a business fallout, correct? The S-400 posing some strategic threats to NATO?
Exactly, because first, let's remember, Turkey is a NATO member, but other NATO members, especially Western countries, be France, Germany, the UK, and the US, they're afraid that Russia might get access to Western technology through Turkey, that it's not only money that has been transferred from Ankara to Moscow for those S-400, that is much more than that, perhaps access to Western technologies, and that worries the West. That's clearly a worry for Washington, for London, for Paris, for Berlin, and clearly Western leaders are concerned with that. It was only 3 or 4 years ago when relations between Ankara and Moscow were at their worst, when Turkey took down a Russian plane in Syria. It was pretty fast after that when relations actually got better. It happened quickly. What was part of that new relationship? The acquisition of those S-400, maybe Western technologies.
Yeah.
Many questions there.